What is going on, guys? It is a fine, super fine day here in Southwest PA. I'm just chilling. It's super warm outside, and it's not going to be warm for very much longer. So I do like to enjoy the warmer weather. It feels like spring. Like, it feels like early spring, which is when you know things are about to change. Like, you get that same kind of weird tipping point feeling. Yeah, things are about to pop off. And in this episode, I want to talk about something really important. And that's not true. I don't have anything to talk about. I'm just being goofy. I'm just being a little rascal, man. Like, I'm just being silly. I got to do laundry still, but I'm kind of procrastinating because I wanna ride, because a storm is a coming, and whenever it's a coming, oh mama, it's a coming. Frito-Lay. I fuck with Frito-Lay. I fuck with Denny's hard, though. Denny's. If I ever win the lottery, dude, I'm putting a Denny's inside my house. You can bet the house on that. Yeah, you can bet that all day. Yeah, so I really don't have a general topic or anything. I just recorded another video. It was entitled, people scared to get back on their bikes. I guess that there's kind of like a trend of that going on or whatever. And I'm not going to talk about that again here, but I get it. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk for bikes, you know what I mean? We don't have to ride them. We choose to ride them, so... There's a lot of stupid people too, man. There's a lot of dumb people on both ends. Not just other, what do they call them, cagers, people in cars. Not just other people in cars, man, but a lot of dumb motorcyclists out there, man. And I blame social media. I really do. I blame the whole bike talk and like TikTok and Insta bike, like just all that bullshit, like all that. I hate motorcycle influencers, man. Like I am not a fan. Like I never once considered myself an influencer. I mean, my population base is so small, like I could never, like I'm not even that. But I very much dislike influencers, man. Like, I'm not saying I don't like moto vloggers. I love moto vloggers. I love a good moto vlog, man. And I love a good, I guess you would say, motorcycle influencers. Like Cannon Chasers is my go-to for anything motorcycle safety. Of course, Moto Jiu-Jitsu is a big one. But it's the other ones that I really don't care for. I'm not even going to say his name because I've actually mentioned him a few times, and it's not that I necessarily have anything inherently wrong with that content creator. I don't know. I see the pattern, and I don't like the pattern. You know, it's like, why is the Ninja 650 the worst beginner bike? Next video. Why is the Ninja 650 the best beginner bike? Like, there's so many contradictions. It's like, I get it. You're just making content. I get it. Whatever. But, like, I don't know. That's why I only followed that person for, like, the very, very beginning of my motorcycle career. And then I was like, yeah, I'm good on this. Because it's kind of like just, like, beginner stuff. That's why I love Cannon Chasers, man. Like, Moto Jiu-Jitsu is great, and I really like Moto Jiu-Jitsu too. Some things he says kind of gets on my nerves, I'll be honest with you. Like, telling you to replace your tires after like 2,000, 3,000 miles, or it's like as soon as it gets a little flat, it's like, dude, like, I don't got that kind of money, man. These things are fucking $800, like, to buy them and get them put on. Like, I don't got $800 every time I put 2,000 miles on my bike. You know what I mean? I put 2,000 miles on my bike in like 3 weeks, man. Like, no bullshit. You know that. I did 1,000 on my vacation. I'm going to do another 1,000 on my vacation. Like, I'm almost at 31,000 now, dude. What the hell? So, yeah. But I'm not saying that he's a bad guy, dude. I really respect him a lot for that. Dan the Fireman is great. I love Dan the Fireman. MotoStars for putting out the content, for Dan to review and things like that. That's the kind of influencers I like, and I don't even really consider them influencers. I consider them educators, because that's what we need. We need like better education in motorcycling, and we need to break away from the influencer bullshit. Like, I just can't stand it. It's like, I'm sorry, dude, I have nothing in common with you and your BMW S1000 RR riding around in a t-shirt and Converses and a helmet. I don't have nothing in common with that. But what bothers me is whenever other people's like, oh yeah, man, and they do that. It's like, dude, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Good, I can put my visor up so I can clear this out. I broke the little pin lock on my visor, and it is such a horrible thing to have break, man. It really does do so much for you. Like, it really does help the fog, the condensation. Like, it really does, especially in the mornings whenever it's like 30 degrees. Oh dude, man, it's very bothersome, and I'm actually just gonna have to bite the bullet and run up and grab another. Well, see, the thing is, I broke the actual pin lock on my visor, so I gotta buy a visor and pin lock. But I think I might just try and buy the pin lock, because the one side still has the pin lock. The other side I broke off because I'm a Neanderthal. But maybe I can rig it up, and if I can't, then I'll just go buy a visor, because it's a safety thing, right? It's legitimately a safety thing at this point in time. And yeah, that's not good, especially like early in the morning whenever I got to go to work and the sun is right there on 22, and you can't see shit to begin with, but you really can't see anything whenever you're in that situation. Oh, lower gear, Matt, jeez whiz. And no speedies. Like, it feels warm, but the roads are cold. I had to put air in my tires. Oh yeah, speaking of my tires, some of you may know I have that, like, I don't think it's a nail, I think it's some kind of wire poking out of my tire, but it's like perfectly parallel with see, like this I can't see because it's condensation, but it's like perfectly parallel with my tire, and it's like on the deep tread of I don't know the technical term for that part of the tire. It's the tread, and oh man, this sucks. And it doesn't seem like it's causing any problems. I just had to put air in my tire this morning. I run 36 in the rear and 33 in the front. I put 37 in the rear and 34 in the front just in case. But that was just because it was cold. Like, we had a couple cold, not a couple, it's been like in the 30s like every day for like the past like week and a half, 2 weeks, like or week and a half really. And yeah, it's got to keep up on your tire pressure. But yeah, I was riding to work yesterday. I'm like, oh man, this feels like crap. It feels a lot better now. But going back to that, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's leaking. It seems like it's holding air perfectly fine. So my vacation starts in about a week. So when I'm on vacation, I will pull that. I just don't want to pull it now and there actually be a leak and then have to, I can't see anything, figure out something on the spot, because I have to get my car fixed. Like, that is my number one priority right now while I'm on the second vacation. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I might do a couple day trips. I really want to go, I can never remember the name of this state park, but it's like this huge bridge that's like blown up or broken or something, and it's got a crazy outlook, and it's far enough up north where I believe it would be nice fall. Like, we don't have anything down here in Pittsburgh. Like, we had no rain, we had no real frost, we didn't have anything to trigger the nice fall colors. Everything's kind of like golden, which doesn't look horrible whenever it is, but like even a lot of other things just aren't even turned. It's crazy. It's like the end of October, and we're having a big storm today, so that'll probably bring heavy winds, because the air behind it's pretty cold, and we're under a squall line warning, and like it's like 40-50 mile an hour winds. Oh, I should ride that. I don't really want to ride in the rain though, because I got work tomorrow morning and all my gear will be soaking wet, and I'm not doing that. I do not want to ride to work 6 o'clock in the morning when it's 30 degrees and cold ass leather. Like, no bueno. That's not a fun time. I don't know if you have ever done that yourself. I do not recommend it. It is not a good time. But yeah, that'll take off all the leaves that have changed. So, I don't know. This kind of is what it is. But I am enjoying this this warm weather for what it is. I do got to go to Walmart. Should I go to Aldi's? Do you guys have an Aldi's where you live? Like, is Aldi's a thing where you live? Because Aldi's is the shit. Oh, it's so much warmer up in this pocket. It was kind of cold back there. But yeah, so nice, man. I want to ride around with the visor up, but when I do that, like, you hear this, and that's no good for the audio. So I do it for you. So you should subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like the video, and all that fun stuff. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh my goodness, my Francito. We're gonna go this way. Let's see, anything else to talk about? Yeah, about my vacation. Yeah, I want to do a couple big trips. Some of you might have seen the post where I had that, and this is what happens. I get an idea and I can't shake the stupid idea. But I'm gonna circumnavigate Lake Erie in the summer, midsummer, like whenever I have like the most daylight to do it. And I really don't want to do it. I want to do it in one day because I can add on a couple extra miles and do an Iron Butt challenge, which is 1,000 miles in 24 hours. I know I could do that, so I might do that. But I also really want to start really enjoying my trips for the sake of enjoying a trip, not just doing it because I got the idea and I want to go as far as I can. Like, that's fun and I do enjoy doing that. That's my bread and butter. But I would like to go up to Niagara Falls, camp out somewhere in Canada, like just right there. Nothing crazy. I'm not doing anything crazy. Even get a hotel or whatever and just chill and really break up my ride. Really sit there and enjoy the ride for everything that it's worth. I think that would be a lot of fun, because you start to get into some medical issues whenever you do like 14, 15, 16 hour runs. I did, at least. Like that eye thing, biker's eye, it's some kind of hemorrhage, your blood vessels hemorrhage, and I have like a scab on my eye in general, and my doctor said it was because like my eye is dry, so he got me on these artificial tears, which is at Insua, whatever it is. I got lazy and quit using that for a while. But whenever I did that trip, I really dried out my eye, and I think I made that scab bigger or worse, because now I can like always feel it, which is a super bummer, because it sucks during the day, but it really sucks at night, because I can feel it at night. And there's something up with the other eye too, so I am going to make an eye appointment to double check to see if there's anything extra I gotta do. I've been wearing like, what's this in the road? What is that? Something I don't want to hit. It looked like one of those little, I don't know what you call it, like something you would put above a trailer to get a car up, like a ramp. But yeah, I've been wearing like safety goggles, like real tight fitting safety goggles. It looks absolutely ridiculous and super uncool, but you know, when have I ever done anything for the cool factor? You ride a motorcycle, like you're literally already better than everybody else on the road. I never understood why people try and like want to be cool on the bike. Like, dude, you're already cool, man. You're on a motorcycle. Like, you're already cool, my guy. You don't gotta be special. You're already special. You are already... What's that, a harmonica? No, that is a package of a vape. I don't know why I thought that was a harmonica. Ooh, green. It's green. Yeah, so there's that. How long is this video? 15 minutes? That's about it. I guess I'll go up to Walmart and I'll let you guys go. Maybe I will post both these videos. A little thank you guys for watching and supporting my channel. I really do appreciate that. And as always, I really appreciate anybody who comments and stuff. And I do apologize. I know I'm not the best at replying to comments. I know I kind of tend to suck at that anymore, and I don't know where that came from, and I'm trying to get better with it, and it's never like my intention. Like, I never read a comment like, I'm sure I'm not answering this guy. Usually I get a comment and then I'm at work and my boss walks in, so I gotta hurry put my phone down, and then my short ass term memory, like, you know, I'm not remembering until like I see it on the thing, and it's like 3 days later. I'm like, oh, do I reply now? Because now it's weird. Then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. Where's all the motorcycles at? Where are you guys at? I guess they're lonely sometimes on my bike because there's never anybody else riding. Like, I legitimately forget to do the bike wave to bikers in early spring because I haven't seen y'all. I haven't seen anybody, and that's not putting anybody down. You know, I'm the idiot for riding in the winter. You're not the idiot. I'm the idiot. Trust me. But it's like, I don't see anybody. There was one guy who was riding some kind of adventure bike. I seen him last year riding around with me. Not riding with me, but he was riding as well. So, you know. But sometimes I forget, man. I forget. Man, what a great day. What a beautiful day. And I'm off. Finally off. My coworker was on vacation, so I picked up a lot of extra overtime, which I'm super happy about because I really needed it. Because I'm poor and I have to get my car fixed. And when I get my car fixed, I think I am going to hang the bike up for the winter time and do some heavy maintenance on the bike because it really does need some heavy maintenance that I'm like really embarrassed to talk about. The miles just get away from me, to be honest. Like, it's crazy. I'm already almost at 31,000 miles. Like, I'm at 30,400. Well, right about 30,405. It's just crazy. Like, I just turned 30,000 miles 2 weeks ago, or last week, whatever my vacation was. And like the week before that, I just turned 29,000 2 weeks ago. It's insane how these miles really add up, man. And I just lose track, and you know, the whole life thing. Oh yeah, those clouds are very telling of some kind of weather to come. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But you know what, guys? I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos, enjoying them, and all that stuff. I wonder if I can see that now, or whatever it is now. I highlighted it, but I don't see it right now. So is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll turn this so maybe you can see it. If you enjoyed this video and all that stuff, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tires are holding up good. Somebody mentioned that the tires look like they were holding up good, and they are wearing out very nicely. It's insane that these tires already have how many miles do these tires have? I'll tell you this real quick and then we'll go. These tires have almost 4,000 miles, 3,500 miles. Or is that what that said? 3,400 miles? 3,400 miles on these tires. That's insane. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next one.